Hello and welcome to the Fizz Story Experience. We are gonna have a little playtime. A little playtime. So Fizz at play. Here we go. Fizz at play at 11:19. It is 11:19, and that's not important to most things, but I am here IRL in Ireland, and it is 11:19 in October, and this is the light, this is the day, this is what's happening. Now it's 11:19 a.m. in a 12-hour clock, and 11:19 in a 24-hour clock. It's simple. Now what I'm going to do for you is first I'm going to ask you for a little bit of time. I'm going to ask you for 5 minutes of your time on top of the 1 minute. So 6 minutes altogether. But I'm asking you for 5 minutes extra of your time because I'm going to read you a story. Alright. This isn't one of mine. This is someone else's story, but I'm going to read it to you. This one's for the kids, eh? It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Right? It Could Have Been Worse by A.H. Benjamin and Tim Warners. Now, I love a book when I can pronounce the name of our authors. I love that. Now, I know that sounds horrible, but I have pronunciation issues, and I like to be able to credit the people who make the art. Sometimes it's hard because it comes off as being disrespectful if I don't learn how to pronunciate. But sometimes I know how to pronunciate, I just can't at the time. Got a lot of teeth issues, got a lot of everything issues. But here we go. It could have been worse. Now I'm going to take a little gif of this. It could have been worse because we're reading this today. It could have been worse. So it's a bee. It's so cute. It Could Have Been Worse. A.H. Benjamin and Tim Warners. Whoa, look at that cat. Mouse was on his way back home after visiting his town cousin when whoops, he lost his balance and fell to the ground. Ouch, said Mouse. This isn't my lucky day. But it could have been worse. Sure could have. Do you know how it could have been worse? Can you guess from the photos? From the pictures? From the drawings? Can you tell how it could have been worse? Could have been worse. Mouse picked himself up and continued on his way. He came to an open field and was scurrying across it when... Can you imagine what's going to happen? Ooh! Crash! He fell into a dark hole. Oh, he fell on his bum. Why do things always go wrong for me? Grumbled Mouse. But it could have been worse. Oh boy, what could have happened to him if he didn't fall in the hole? Mouse climbed out of the hole and was off again. But soon he got sleepy. I think I'll take a rest, Mouse said. He had just found a comfortable spot when... Yikes, I don't know what's slithering around here. Ouch! He sat on a thistle and shot into the air. Everything bad happens to me, wailed Mouse as he pulled the thorns out of his fur. But it could have been worse. How could it have been worse? He could have been eaten by a snake. Mouse trotted down the hill until he reached a stream. He began to cross it using the stepping stones when splash! He slipped and fell. "I'll catch a cold," complained the mouse. But it could have been worse. Mouse paddled to the edge of the stream and climbed out of the water. Shaking himself dry, he was just about to scramble down a steep bank when... Oh, wait a minute, our time is up. Will we wait? Will we wait for the next? Will we wait for the next, or will we continue on? Do you have more time? Do you? Go on, so we'll give ourselves a little more time. How about 4 more minutes? Can you hear the dog barking? Ask your mammies and daddies to give me money, and I can buy a place that won't have barking dogs. Anyways, back to the story. Mouse padded to the edge of the stream and climbed out of the water. Shaking himself dry, he was just about to scramble down a steep bank when... Whee! He lost his footing and skidded to the bottom. Oh, I'll be black and blue all over, cried Mouse. But it could have been worse. How could it have been worse? That's right. The fox could have got him. Mouse staggered to his feet and ran the rest of the way home. "It's been a terrible day," he said to his mother, as she bathed his cuts and bruises. "I fell into a hole, got wet in the river, and... Never mind, son," she said. Snap! It could have been much worse. Oh, his poor nose. It wasn't very good for the other animals, was it? No, it could have been worse. Did you like that? I like it. I think that it's a good mental attitude. Now that's been put around a lot in the world, but it's a good mental attitude to look at what has happened and to see how, even though it may not have worked out how you wanted it to, and maybe something bad might have happened to you, but you don't know. You don't know what could have happened. You don't know. And often we grow up and we have a lot of regrets. And we look back and we think, oh, it could have been so much better. Yes, it could have been so much better. But it also could have been so much worse. And it's good to be grateful every day you wake up and you have a breath. because it could have been worse. Could have been worse. And on that note, we'll put this wonderful book away for now. And now it's adieu. I don't know what that means. I think it means goodbye. But anyways, Fizz out. Ever flat. Love you all.